Today, I want to go over the question that I hear more often than any other question when somebody learns that I homeschool my littles. And that question is, how do you teach math when you're not good at math? And luckily today I have just the answer to that question. 3 tips on how to teach math to toddlers. So, hey everyone, this is JennSpeaks, and if you're new, welcome. Today we're going to learn about how to teach math to toddlers. Now, the best tool that I know available for this very subject would be a cartoon that I found on Netflix, and it is called Numberblocks. And I happen to have a stuffed animal of a number block right here. This is the number 4. As you can see, he has 4 blocks. He is a square. He has legs and arms and eyes and a personality as well. Now, the show I found is on Netflix, but I believe it's on YouTube as well, and I'll put a link to description in below if you're interested. But I want to talk about this cartoon for a minute because it's amazing. So in this cartoon, they're about 5 minutes long each episode, and each one has to do with some of these little characters, these little number blocks, and they go through and they do things that teaches math concepts, everything from adding and subtracting to multiplication, dividing, arrays, all of these different math concepts. And they do it in a way that is not only entertaining, but actually gives the information in a way that is easy to understand for even a toddler or an adult. I actually have even learned math things from this cartoon. I'm actually good at math, and I took math all the way up through college, but I learned things in this show that I actually had trouble understanding in college. And so my regard for this show is very high if you haven't already figured this out. So that's the first tool, Numberblocks. The second tip that I have for teaching math to toddlers is actually an activity that I found on Amazon, and it is called Math Link Blocks. And I'll put a link to that in the description as well. But I have a couple here. This is Math Link Blocks. And as you can see, this is the number 4. 4 individual blocks that are linked together in the shape of a square. My son, he's 4. He uses these to play this. And here's some purple ones. They have 100 different blocks in the kit that we got, and he makes the number blocks out of the Math Link blocks, and he plays with them as often as I will let him, to be honest. They are great. You can build. He uses them to add things together. He uses them to subtract them apart. He uses them to build shapes, to understand arrays. It is a great tool. The third tip that I have for teaching toddlers math would be repetition, doing the same thing over and over and over, watching the Numberblocks cartoons over and over, playing with the Math Link blocks over and over. And I think we've seen probably every episode of Numberblocks from beginning to end about 100 times because of this. The more often you watch something or hear something, the better it solidifies the concept in your brain. And it's no different for the kids. The more often they watch these same episodes of the Numberblocks, the more those math concepts will start to build a foundation of math inside of them that later on they can build those more difficult concepts on top of. And so yes, watch the show over and over and over, play with the Math Link blocks over and over and over. Obviously, I'm talking about your children, not you, unless you just want to, because they are kind of fun. And so over and over, and that will give you that solid foundation for the math basics that you need to build your higher learning of math on top of. So those are my 3 math tips on how to teach math to toddlers, and they are the Numberblocks cartoon, the MathLink toys, and repetition, doing it over and over and over. And one last thing before I let y'all go, I want to tell y'all these things because I'm trying to change our mindset about how difficult it is to teach our children some of these things. It doesn't have to be difficult. It just takes a little effort. And so changing our mindset from being obligated to teach these things for them to know, or they're going to have a terrible future, to changing it to an opportunity to teach them how to grow with learning, to create a future where they enjoy learning for the rest of their life. And that is where it really lies. When a child enjoys learning, they're going to do it for their whole life, and they're going to learn things that you never thought were possible. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.